Okay, all right. So here were a couple of examples which we used, but they're not aligning now. Let me just remove. All
Do we
right.
need space? So do we need space before and after or in Google?
Yeah, I'm just going there. So what is the answer for Google? Do we need a space before and after pipe in Google while we use or?
No, sir.
No.
Anyone else?
So if you put
It's the
space,
same result.
it would be neat and clean.
Awesome. No, we don't need space before and after pipe use pipe. No, we don't need space before and after pipe while we use pipe instead of or in Google. All right. So that's about or. Pretty much, I guess we are going good. Now, thumb rule of or. What is thumb rule of or?
Either this or that.
That's
Should be
there.
enclosed. Should be enclosed between parentheses.
Absolutely. Thumb rule of or.
You asked me that way.
Okay. Whenever we use or, though we have not used it yet because we are on a pretty basics. However, now the main thumb rule of or is whenever we use or pipe, we will have to nest it by putting the combination of keywords with or pipe. So whenever we use or, uh, we will have to nest it by putting them the combination of keywords with or in brackets. We'll have to nest them. We'll have to nest them. I think we'll have to nest them. We'll have to nest them by whenever we use or pipe, we'll have to nest them by putting them in bracket. So it becomes one set. So it becomes one set and hotels or Google will understand that the human is trying to get the result results which has any one the given nest or say set. Is it clear? So thumb rule of OR, for example, and then Google. Okay. So for example, Java or Python or Golang, this is something we are using for a job portals like LinkedIn, Naukri, Monster, Career Builder, wherein for a Google, we are using Java space pipe space Python space Google. Otherwise, this space is actually, we can also write it in this way.
Shiva, I have one question.
Mhm.
Even suppose this is a very simple combination you are using.
Mm.
Like you're searching either Java, the result will be either Java, either Python or Golang. One of them or like a combination of them, right?
Right.
Maximum three combination. So in this case also should we use them or only in the complicated queries?
See, unless we do not have a lengthy string, it's
Okay.
fine. We can use that space in Google.
Okay. So currently,
String is
suppose,
becoming too long, and where it is giving us
okay.
an error that your
Mhm.
uh, a keyword is extending more than 32 keywords, then that's where we'll have to start reviewing the spaces.
Okay. No, not about space, the brackets, the combining them
Bracket
together
is
for the
required
or.
because without bracket,
So,
it wouldn't understand. So now say this is
okay, you,
just mango or biryani we are searching.
yeah.
Okay, but we also want mango or biryani and
In this case, yes. But if you're using all together, then it is not necessary. Correct?
we still, it's always a best practice to give that bracket.
Okay.
Though if
Okay.
you're
Okay.
using only a combination of or, let's say now if you're searching for a diversity and you have a list of keywords of diversity names or anything, and where you have 100 ors.
Okay.
Okay, so may not be in 30, 40, it might give a effect, but when you use 100 ors in combination of 100 keywords, then again
Yeah.
it might say that your keywords are not formatted correctly.
Okay. Okay.
So it's always a good practice. Thumb rule, wherever we use or, nest them so that it becomes a
Okay.
uh, it becomes a set and they understand it clearly what human wants. Something like now you see mango or biryani and Java or SQL. If we are not nesting them, it wouldn't understand.
Yes.
So though we are getting a results, but as per the logic, it's not really understanding what does the human require. But when we nest them,
Java or SQL.
Shiv, I have a
then we get
question.
the accurate results.
Yeah.
Are you able to
Okay,
hear me?
someone? Yeah,
Thank you, Shiv.
Hello.
yeah, Debashri.
Yeah, actually, like these keywords, like if we want to find female candidates with these keywords itself, whatever you have, so what additionally we should put in here?
I'll tell you in diversity sourcing session. I'm just giving an
Okay.
example. Let's say what happens here if we do not nest them. Okay. Let's say now we have nested. Now it is giving us a list of results which has either mango or biryani, one or the other keyword, and Java or SQL. But if I do not nest them, it would not really understand what the human need.
Yeah, of course. But is it, have you like intentionally mentioned these letters in some in small and some in capital, or how is it?
Intentionally,
Like
because
in,
to understand whether the operators are case sensitive or not, and keywords are case
oh,
sensitive or not. So keywords are never a case sensitive. So that intentionally we have written mango or biryani, one in caps, one in small, one in caps, one in small, but it doesn't make any difference. Similarly, Java or SQL, one we written J as a cap, AVA as a small, then SQL all in caps. That doesn't make a difference. So let's
yes,
say
yes.
SQL till the 12 lakh 60,000. Sorry, 1 crore 26. How much is this? Unit 10, 100,000, 10,000 lakh. So 1 crore 26 lakh. But now, and that too, LinkedIn is not really understanding what this person need. It might be giving a combination of all the keyword in a or combination. But when we actually nest them with the proper brackets, that 1 crore 26 lakhs becomes 1400. And let's go to the last page. Let's say 100th page. Mango or biryani, Java or SQL. So from Java or SQL, we have Java. Mango or biryani should be somewhere on the page. They have linked a lot of stuff to their profile, so it can come from there also. Okay, their company is some mango. So their past company is named as Mango. So yeah, here is a mango. So yeah, now we've seen a last result of the last page. When we nest them correctly, we get the accurate result. But when we do not nest them correctly, we will not get the accurate result. And that's reason it's important to nest them whenever we use a combination of or. So basically, uh, here it is. Uh, the node for the uh, portals like LinkedIn, Naukri, Monster, or Career Builder, and the node for a Google. And that's pretty much a use case of bracket. So why do we need to nest keywords? Why do we need to nest the keywords by using brackets when we use or while? The reason because the portals are Google will understand correctly. Or else the search. All right. So why do we need to nest the keywords by using bracket? The reason is because the portals or Google will understand it correctly when we nest them in brackets, or else the search results might not be relevant to the search query.
Yeah, Shiv, I have a question here.
Mm-hmm.
Little different question. So let's say we get a JD, right? In that JD, these what all skills are required, Java and all this. How many years of experience, place, email ID, phone, and let's say somebody says I need from my competitors or from a specific organization or is he available for hire. The point I'm saying, the different keywords in the JD, and
Mm-hmm.
let's say you have decided we have to use this from this portal, LinkedIn or Google or Naukri.com. So the question here is, we will have to build up these searches considering the JD. Maybe search can be one single search for all these, or we'll have to pick up email contact number from different applications. That is what I wanted to understand, how the
No, you want the
how
repository
will.
or you want the contact numbers?
No, I'm saying, uh, when I have to look for a CV based on the JD requirements, I
Mm.
need, I have to search for all these things. What is
Right.
his contact number, what is his email ID, where he is based, what is his experience, which year passed out, what are the languages he know, is he
First, you
available
need
for
to
hire
search
or
for a
not.
profile.
Okay,
First, you need to
okay,
search for a right profile. Once you
okay,
search for a right profile, then additionally you might have to go for the additional details. Right.
okay,
So
understood.
to search for
Okay,
the right profiles, you need the combination of all this variety of skills.
yes, yeah,
Let's say, now if I just go here, let's take full stack lead. Okay. So full stacks lead, 6 to 9 years of experience, skills and expertise, Java, Spring Framework, AWS, React, and SQL is what they needed. Now here we have a JD. So now JD says, um, design and design and architect technical solution for a business problem. Work in cross-functional teams collaborating with the peers during the entire SDLC. Okay. Intermediate experience with Linux OS, familiar with basic programming principles such as solid and test-driven development, TDD. Okay. So we are excited about you if you have MTech, BTech, blah, 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 coding languages. Coding chops, clean, elegant, bug-free code in any of the following language like Java or Python. Either we need Java or Python. Full stack development experience, demonstrable experience building web component using technologies like React, JavaScript. Knowledge of AWS or any other public cloud is a plus. Knowledge of Mule, ESB or similar is a plus. The ability to go deep, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So let's take up on this four things is required. So how do you build keywords related to these four important skills? Okay, so this is what they're asking. So for here, I would say Java or Python. Okay, and for here, I would say React or React.js or React-JS or React space JS. So why are we using these double quotes now? Because we wanted a keyword as it is. We wanted that particular phrase as it is. Some people might write React space JS. So we wanted that particular key, two terms as one keyword. When we want in a situation, a two terms in a one keyword, something like React space JS, software space engineer, SAP space ABAP space developer. So in those use cases, we will use this double quotes. Okay, so React
Sir,
or
before
React.
React,
Uh,
sir, excuse me, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, React or React.js or React hyphen JS. Why we are using this?
Because there are some candidates who might write only React. There are some candidates who might write React.js. There are some candidates who might write React-JS. There are some candidates who might write React space JS. So when we are building a string, think in a candidate point of view or think in a people point of view how they might write. Let's say now full hyphen stack development.
Shiv, in the previous line, can we add other keywords with the AND operator as well?
We'll do that. Wait a second. Okay. So if you see full stack in continuation, there might be people. Now let's say full stack, something like this. So once we go to the JD like this, full space stack. So it's a human tendency. They might write full stack in continuation. They might write full space stack. They might write full hyphen stack. We don't know how are they going to write, but we just need to understand how they might write and try all the combinations.
Understood, sir.
Okay, now let's say
If I have a point
yeah.
before I
Yes.
forget something which you're
Mm,
telling right now, something similar to coming to my mind.
mm.
Are you also going to teach all the participants about what are these technologies just for the recruitment purpose
It's
itself?
going to be. It's
Because
going to be.
and second point, software engineer in Google is called something else, in Microsoft is called something else, right? So
Yeah.
the participants also going to be informed about the same kind of role in a different keywords or different, how do
Different
companies
variety
call
of
out this?
understanding. Yes, absolutely. It's going to be. So the technical topics of the day will start it after at least 3 to 4 sessions. 2 or 3 more sessions. After that, we'll have one more class, which is basically understanding of the technology, where you just start from the beginning, right? From the what is front end, what is back end, what is full stack, what is SQL, what is no SQL, right from a very basics of computer to the advanced level, at the level of what recruiters should have understanding about the technology. So that is also going to be there as a part of it.
That's great, Shiv. Thank you so much.
Yeah, but Shiv, just this React JS last one within brackets. This, if we don't add brackets, will that not work?
So I wait a second. Let
Last
me
one.
come back to that. Okay. So demonstrated experience building web component using technologies like React, JavaScript. Okay. So React, now JavaScript, and JavaScript or Java hyphen script or Java space script or
We can also add James.
JS, absolutely, or just JS, JavaScript or Java hyphen script or Java space script. So this is still in a continuation, Java hyphen script. That's reason we are not using double quotes. But here it's like this Java space script. Someone on a video, no need to be on a video. You can just unmute yourself. So now here about the React and the JavaScript. Knowledge of AWS or any other public cloud.
Sir, why don't we put double quotes and JavaScript in all the things? Like we want the thing exact it is.
I'll come to the use case of it. That is a good and valid question. I'll come to that. Let's build the string for this for now. AWS or Amazon Web Services or any other public cloud is a plus. List of public cloud. All right, so here we have a list of public clouds. Let's take it in that only. Okay, so we covered Amazon, we covered AWS, then let's say or GCP or
Microsoft Azure.
Google Cloud or Azure or IBM Cloud or Rackspace, Alibaba Cloud or Oracle Cloud. Alibaba Cloud. What else? Let's take a pause or just say cloud. Simple. Or SaaS, software as a service is a cloud. IaaS, internet as a service is a cloud. PaaS, platform as a service is a cloud. Or DBAS, database as a service is a cloud. So anything, let's say anything as a cloud. Okay, so all these are cloud related keywords. Okay, so knowledge of Mule, ESB or similar is a plus. What is MuleSoft? So that's a MuleSoft. Someone who search for MuleSoft, they also search for Apache, Wildfly, Oracle, Fuse. MuleSoft versus Kafka, MuleSoft, Mule USB versus MuleSoft. Okay, what is Mule USB? The runtime engine of any point platform is a lightweight Java-based enterprise service. EBS is enterprise service, bus and integration platform that allows developer. An EBS is a fundamentally an architecture. It is a set of rules and a principle for integrating numerous applications together over bus-like infrastructure. Enterprise service bus product enable user to build this type of architecture, but vary in the way they do it and the capabilities, okay, that they offer. So it's okay. Will not go much in depth for the EBS, but anyone who would have worked on any of the cloud and any of the one front-end technology and any of the one back-end technology. So the final string remains to be something like this. We take this Java or Python. And either one of the JS. No, it is going this side. And either one of the cloud. So that's how the final string has came out to be. Okay, now let's say if we are not nesting them properly, then it might not really understand. But now we have taken a combination of all the keywords that we might need. Okay, now this search might not necessarily work on a LinkedIn because we have crossed that particular limit. But generally, when we are using these searches on such platform, now we know we're covering at least 80% of the keyword what JD is asking. And then that's where we started getting a right set of results. But unless we do not have a right expectations in front of us, then we might not be able to get it. So let's say, uh, 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 let's take this keyword only. As I mentioned, in LinkedIn, it might not work, but let's take it in the Google. Okay. So now here in the Google, we have a list of results which has all these particular keywords. React, JavaScript, Python, Azure, Cloud, JS, React. Once we open, we'll get either what we say in that Java or Python also. Though these are not individual profile links, but what I'm trying to say here is in the initial sessions when we are trying to build these keywords in such a way that we are covering maximum number of keywords in our searches so that we get the right profile. So getting the right profile is most important. Once we start getting the right profile, then we take the things from there. But unless we are not sure about the JD, unless we're not sure about the really required keywords, we might not be able to find the right set of profiles. And that's what I just mentioned in today's search is one of the type would be building a Boolean searches. When we use a combination of Boolean operators and keywords, it becomes a Boolean search. So indirectly, this is the Boolean search for this particular JD what we have created. So we have used Java or Python because it was must to have. And then we have used React or React or React or React in a variety of ways, just React or React.js or React-JS or React space JS. And JavaScript or Java hyphen script or Java space script or JS and AWS or Amazon Web Services or GCP or Google Cloud or Azure or IBM Cloud or Oracle Cloud or Alibaba Cloud or Cloud or SAS or IaaS or PWS or Database as a Service. So we have a used variety of a public clouds. So that's reason we are getting a profile which has either one word from this set because we have nested it by giving a bracket with the combination of at least one word from this set because again we have nested it by giving them in a bracket. Sorry, here one word from here. And again, this is a third set, the first set, the second set. And then here we have a third set. And again, here we have a fourth set. So almost 80% of the keywords has been covered. Now I'm looking out for the profile who has all these relevant keywords and the relevant skills. And that's where we are improving our, not just the sourcing, but the screening skills and identifying the right resume. In recruitment, identifying a spot on resume is the most important, more than identifying 10 resumes. It's not a quantity game. It's all about the quality game. So to reach that quality game, we should be really keen about what is actually required for the JD and how do we build those particular Boolean strings by using a combination of keywords and a combination of operators. And that's where the major role of this and or double quotes and then this brackets plays around. So I'll just take a pause. Any doubts on this? So are the keywords
No,
clear?
sure, but I just wanted.
Hmm.
Sorry, you can. You guys can continue.
Okay. So are the keywords case sensitive? Answer is no. Keywords are never a case sensitive. Are the operators case sensitive? Yes, operators are case sensitive. How do we build Boolean strings? By looking at this particular JD, we understand the technical part of it. What is actually must to have skill? Where is it there? And we just understand, okay, fine, these are the must to have skills. And based on that, we are creating a searches. We are trying to identify relevant technologies. We're trying to identify relevant keywords. We're trying to identify relevant skills. And based on that, we are going with at least this much Boolean. Yeah, Jyoti, you can go ahead and ask.
Yeah. So how we use it in LinkedIn because this lengthy string might not work out. So
This lengthy
what's the
string,
best way to search?
wait for a few more seconds, you'll get to know. First, try
Okay.
understanding
Okay.
the importance of and or not, then the
Okay.
brackets, and then the double quotes. So double quotes now,
Oh,
someone has asked, why are we using double quotes? Okay, now let's say either I can search for AWS. And let's say if I'm not giving these double quotes, then it would understand. Let's take this example only. Though we get the results, let's search here itself.
Also, Shiv, when
Hmm.
do we know when do we know that we have to use the double quotes? For example, you have put AWS or AW Web Amazon Web Services.
Hmm.
So for other words, you have for few words you have mentioned Alibaba Cloud. So when
We
do we know
always
that
have to
we have to
use, see, we always have to. That's what I'm saying. Now, Alibaba Space
okay,
Cloud, whenever we want that particular phrase as it is, That is where we have to use a double quotes. So we might search Amazon Web Services with without double quotes. We might get a result based on the assumption what portal is assuming. Basically, algo in a backend is written in such a way while human is searching for this particular skills, they also make some assumptions because they might feel that human might not know that this particular thing has to be given in a double quote. But most probably the person is trying to search with Amazon Web Services. Okay, those are the three keywords, but one term, Amazon Web Services. So that's where we started getting this particular result. But when we do not give a double quote, okay, they are making assumptions and giving a result. But when we are giving a double quotes, they're understanding and giving a result. There is a difference between having an assumption and showing us a result. And there is a difference between being very specific, understanding the requirement, and showing the results. So let's say uh, you go shopping and you say, okay, fine, give me 1 kg tomatoes. Immediately that uh, shopkeeper will ask you, do you need potatoes or do you need chilies? Because based on the experience, they have made their own algo. Someone is coming down to buy a tomatoes, they might buy a chili, they might buy a coriander leaves, they might buy curry leaves. So something like that. So similarly, to sell a data. So whatever the vegetables they have, that is a data for them. To sell a data, they're giving you the suggestions. But when you're saying, let's say now you're shopping on a big basket, or you're shopping on some particular sites like that. Okay, and when you're being very specific, Bhaiya, give me 1 kilo tomato, half kilo potato, 10 rupees chili, 5 rupees, coriander leaves and curry leaves. Okay, then the suggestions might come down, and then the shopkeeper might say, okay, fine, and he will pack all, and he'll say, okay, what else you want? So there is a difference between asking what else you want and do you want this, do you want this, do you want this? So here also, in a platforms like this, though we are getting a results when we're searching for AWS or Amazon Web Services without double quote, what it's doing is it's actually giving us with the assumptions. Now let's say here we have 21,50,000. Now we'll just keep like this. 21,40,000. So let's say we'll J instead of or we'll use and. Okay, 2,35,000. Now we will remove this double quote. 2,48,000. So numbers are varying, and why we are getting though numbers are varying, minimum marginally less numbers, but still something close to similar number because it's the whole web which is searching, whole world, the LinkedIn data is searching. But it's actually based on the assumptions is what we're getting, but we are not getting an accurate results over here. Let's say instead of Amazon Web Services, we'll use something else, which is okay, AWS and Salesforce development. Okay, so 32,000 results, AWS and Salesforce development in double quotes. So now you see the variation is huge, 449, because now it is specific that this person wants AWS along with someone who has a Salesforce development in their profile. Like Salesforce development, let's go to the last result of the last page. So Salesforce development, it's here. AWS must be, okay, it's here. So now this is being very specific and asking a query. But wherein, when we remove this AWS, just the double quote, and give Salesforce, AWS and Salesforce-based development, it started giving a results which has only Salesforce, might be, or which has only development. Now, if you see this profile, Force, okay, Salesforce. So just the Salesforce we have given. We're just trying to see whether that Salesforce is existing on this. And this is just the fourth profile, third profile on the first page. Development is there, but what we're trying to see whether the Salesforce is existing or not. Not in the experience. So here it is sales consultant, but not in the profile. So Salesforce 0 of 0 in experience. So let's go to skills. So here it is Salesforce. Okay. So it was a fourth profile. So similarly, now if you see, we got all the three keyword, but that Salesforce development, Salesforce is somewhere, development is somewhere, and AWS is somewhere. So though it's trying to give us a result, because again, based on the assumption that it might be assuming, oh, fine, this person is searching for AWS and Salesforce and development. So that is basically an assumption what LinkedIn is taking and trying to show us a result. But when we go with the specifications by giving them in a bracket, then it's not going with the assumption. It's going with the strict rule that the person is looking for the Salesforce development as it is. Now, in this case, if we go a last result of the last page. So this, I think, anyways, which we have gone, where we have a Salesforce development here as it is, and then the other result also. So let's take this one. Salesforce setting development. So here is a Salesforce development as it is, and AWS must be here and there somewhere for sure. Where is it? Somewhere it must be. So here is a AWS. So that's where this double quote is important. If we do not give, then it will go with the assumption, but if we give, then it will go with the specifications. So that's the important of a double quotes. Now someone asked, so I'll just take a pause. Any questions on double quotes, why it is used?
No, Shiv.
Okay. So space is used for a specific phrase. When
Sorry,
we
Shiv,
want that
I had
particular
one
phrase
question.
as it is, that time, yeah.
Yeah, I just had a small question. Like you mentioned, I have worked on this. So, but although I was writing AWS or Amazon Web Services, but I never came across Oracle Cloud or Alibaba Cloud. Or so, is this a different set of cloud
It's a requirement.
technology?
Yes, it's a requirement. Knowledge of AWS or any other public cloud is a plus. So this AWS, Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud, GCP, Azure, IBM Cloud, So Google Cloud is from Google, Azure is from Microsoft, IBM
Mhm.
Cloud is from IBM, Oracle Cloud is from Oracle, Alibaba Cloud is from Alibaba,
O-
AWS is from Amazon, or there might be a
Okay.
various cloud. People might write only cloud. While building
Mhm.
software as a service platform, or internet as a service platform, or platform as a service platform, or database as a service platform, we need to use either of the cloud. So that's reason without using either of the cloud, we
Okay.
might not be able to build these platforms. So that's where we use this alternate keywords.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, Shiv, just one more query. Like
Mhm.
these we have picked up which were mandatory in the JD, but I think
Mm.
there may be some more mandatory, like he should be MTech, he should be having minimum 10 years experience. So we'll all have to add on in this string.
We'll all have to add on. Now, if you see here,
Yeah. Like
okay,
the
they're looking
JD
out
you
for
were
a B
showing.
Tech.
Yeah, yes.
You just give a right keywords, by default, all that combination will come.
I think BTech or MTech, like it is quite like common. I
It's
think
quite
we'll get.
common.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
To put
understood.
on those.
Okay.
It's like someone who is
And
working
just,
on all these skills, by default,
yeah,
they have that particular background of B Tech or M Tech and all.
yeah, understood, understood. And let's say out of these mandatory, we do not get all. Does that mean we'll have to look for alternate portals?
In
If
LinkedIn,
we
you will get
don't
for
get,
sure.
okay, fine. Okay, thanks. Okay.
And how
Shiv,
do
can
we mention for years, like 6 years or 7 years of experience? How do we use over here?
You wait for some more days. You'll come there.
Okay.
Shiv, can we please also convert this search string for Google and write down below the search string that you have
Next
written
session.
just now?
Not today's session. Next session we'll do it. Only for a Google conversion, I'll just do it. I'll just take this.
Yeah, so
Quickly.
that participants, can definitely make a difference clearly in the two
That
search.
we can do it. No problem. Mm, 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 mm.
Sometimes people say that if we put too many keywords, then sometimes we don't get we will get irrelevant searches and all
Nothing
that.
like that.
So
See, putting too many keywords, if you're saying that I'm not getting enough profile, what will you do by submitting enough profiles which do not have those many keywords or which do not have a right skill?
yeah, I agree to that. Yes, yes. But I'm
Putting too
thinking that
many
if we
keywords are
write
reducing your
all
pool,
of them, yeah, yeah.
but it is getting you the right pool. And the right
Mm-hmm.
pool is always less only. But what will you do by submitting irrelevant pool? That's not going to help us. Though,
Yes.
if you say, okay, these many keywords, it will give me only this much of thing. Let's say now I'll show you an
Sir, I
example.
have a doubt. Sir, I have a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Sir,
Tell me.
please go to the previous page. Yes, sir. Sir, why don't we put the double quotes in JavaScript, Java hyphen script?
See, here we have a space. That's reason we are giving a double quotes. Java hyphen script. It's continuation. If you want to give, you can
Okay,
give.
okay, understood.
If someone is writing something like this, Java space hyphen space, then I might give. But if it is in continuation, Java hyphen script, it's your wish. If you want to give it, you give it. Even for single word also you can give like this. For Java or Python like this. Even for a single word also you can give. But what's the use case of double quotes is basically when we're searching for a particular phrase as it is, like Amazon Web Services or Google Cloud or IBM Cloud or Oracle Cloud, which has a space in between. The actual use case of using that double quotes is actually to get that phrase as it is. So now let's say I want to have biryani and I love it. This is without double space. So what it's giving, personally, I like biryani. It's giving all the synonyms where I is somewhere, want is somewhere, to is somewhere, have is somewhere, biryani is somewhere, and is somewhere, I is somewhere, love is somewhere, it is somewhere. Okay. And it's also highlighting like, which is a synonym of love. So it's actually trying to give us synonyms of it with the assumptions. But when we put this thing in double quote, okay, no result for I want to have biryani and I love it. Result for I want to have biryani and I love it without double quotes. So what does it mean? On entire web, there is no results. I want to have biryani and I love it as it is. Okay. Now let's make it to I want to have biryani. I love it. I want to have biryani. I love it. So there is a search result on entire whole World Wide Web. About 5 results are there. 5 web pages are there where this phrase of I want to have biryani. I want to have biryani as it is. Space. One more keyword. I love it. I love it. It is here. These are all some Google ads. Just leave it. Again here. I want to have biryani. I love it. 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 That's simple. Understood?
Understood.
So additionally, one more result instead of 5, we got one more. But every result you see, we have I want to have biryani. I love it. Both the search phrases, both the search terms are existing in the keywords. But when I remove this, I want to have biryani. I love it. Zero result. Because there is no such web page existing in which there is a phrase written as it is. I want to have biryani. I love it in double quotes. But similarly, if I remove double quotes, again I might get lakhs of results because it's not actually understanding. It's actually assuming based on these keywords, a combination of these keywords, and with the alternatives to those particular keywords, it's showing us a lakhs of results, but it's not a specific. But in recruiting, being specific works much better than going with the assumptions. All right, I'll just take a pause. Any further doubts on when and where to use these double quotes and what's the importance of it? There is
No,
another
sir.
use case of this particular double quotes that we'll cover in little advanced sessions, not now, in little advanced session. Maybe we are just 1 or 2 sessions away from that session. We'll cover there, but not now. Otherwise, it will confuse.
What, sir?
Hmm?
What we will be confused?
About the double quotes, there is one other use case which I don't want to cover today because if I cover today, you might get confused. There is one more strong use case of double quotes I'll cover in a future sessions. For now,
Okay.
just have your understanding that this double quotes is used when you want that phrase as it is. Simple. Like Amazon space web space services, like Java space script, like IBM space cloud, like Oracle space cloud, like Alibaba space cloud, like Google space cloud. All right. So that's about and or not, brackets, double quotes, not we'll cover in next session. For now, I'll just keep it up to and not is pretty much if we are covered and if we have covered not, sorry, if we have covered and if we have covered not, sorry, or, then definitely we can understand what is not doing. Not is basically to, on a higher level, is to exclude that particular word from our search result. And there's a greater example to cover that not. It will take another 1 hour. So that's reason we'll move this covering not to the next session. Again, we'll have tomorrow one more session which will showcase to build a stronger Boolean strings while we exclude some of the irrelevant keyword which might pop up. And that's where we use not, and how to use not on LinkedIn or any other job portal and in a Google is what we cover tomorrow. And now how to write this in Google is something like this: Java or Python. Either you can keep a space or you can miss a space, no need. And you can remove it just or give me a second. Instead of writing so much, the text formatter. I just replace or with pipe. All right, and replace and with space. Yeah, replace. All right, so this is how we write in Google. Java hyphen Python, Java or Python, then React or React JS or React hyphen JS or React space JS. Then again space JavaScript, Java hyphen script, Java space script, JS, Java space hyphen space script, AWS or Amazon Web Services or GCP or Google Cloud.
Shiv,
Shiv,
I think here Oracle.
Oracle has to be corrected.
Sure. That's a typo. And in Word document, the formatting of this double quote is incorrect. Actual double quote is like this, wherein in Word document, we get a wrong format. So while searching for profiles on LinkedIn, Naukri, Monster, or even in a Google, just correct those double quotes. We might take this and we might directly copy paste it, though we will get a result, but that is based on the assumption. But rather, we'll have to always correct. Or else we can use a notepad. In notepad, the formatting is correct. So let's say here text document. So whatever this space is there. So now you see there's a difference. Directly, if you're typing on those particular platform, accurate format will come. But if you're creating a searches on a Word document or any Google Docs, then the formatting might not be correct. We'll have to correct it. In Word document also you can create. In Word document also this formatting is there. So this is for Google.
Sir, we don't need any space before and after or pi.
You can give for now. So let's say tomorrow when you're searches are really lengthy, that time those spaces you need to remove. I'll tell you in future the use case of when to remove the spaces. For now, whether you give space or whether you don't give space, it doesn't make a difference. There are specific use cases where we'll have to remove those spaces for sure. But till then, till the time we reach that advanced level, for now, consider it as whether using a space before and after or whether you're not using a space doesn't make difference. We'll get the similar results. So now you see this cloud. Any other subsequent word was ignored because we limit query to the 32 keyword. Now it has been removed. So one particular keyword has been removed because which has a least set of results. Missing resume, Java and all. So in tomorrow's session, we'll go little more in depth. While we use that not operator in depth, we will uncover some other things. But for now, I'll just take a pause. Any doubts on using and, or, double quotes and brackets? We're good?
Yeah, Ashiv, other than these brackets, I have just one question for the recruiter. If he knows all these, new languages or technologies, will that will give an advantage to him or her? That is,
Yeah. It
or
depends on what the requirement. Now, let's say the latest companies, most of them are building applications, startups basically. They're building applications on Node.js or Python. But wherein the
okay.
traditional companies or big tech companies, they're still using Java. Okay.
Yes,
But
yes,
they're
yeah,
saying that
yeah.
we are not only need of Java, you can look for any of the object-oriented language. So that is still fine. It completely depends on what the JD is asking for. Now, in this JD is asking only for Python or Java. So we have restricted ourselves only to Python or Java.
Yeah, this I understand. My question is little different. There are two recruiters. One is with the IT background itself. He is a BTech computer science or MTech computer science. He knows all these things very well. There is somebody else who has BCom or not a technical guy. So in terms of their identifying, talking to the candidates will make a difference. So that difference reflects somewhere in the longer run. That is what I'm just trying to ask.
We have to learn, definitely
Yeah,
reflect. If you're not learning,
understood. Yeah. Okay, understood. Yeah. Thanks. That is what okay.
Sir, put your laptop on charger.
yeah.
Shiv, I have one question, Deepti here.
Mm-hmm.
So, like for example, as a recruiter, we are very restricted, and company has given us, only few job portals like LinkedIn or Naukri, and we are very specified. We have to use these portals only, and we have the access portals. So,
No, no.
like
Can you
in the
please rephrase?
technical, yeah. So, for example, as a recruiter, as a corporate recruiter, the company will give you only one or two access portals, job portals like LinkedIn or Naukri. And then our GD is very specific for technology hiring. Like we had you that for the first in the first phase you have put it Java or Python or AWS. So our GD is like this. If we give again and again the same search, because we will get the same results. So how we can refine our search again and again then, so that we can get the different results every time we do this search.
So see, as of
For
now,
example,
JD is asking, JD is demanding these particular skills, then definitely we'll
yeah.
have to stick to these particular skills. Now, let's say if you're
Uh,
not getting enough profiles with these particular skills, then definitely we'll
hmm.
have to get in touch with the hiring managers, understand if additional skills can be looked for, or is that we are means stringent about only these particular skills.
Okay.
If hiring
Okay.
manager says, okay, fine, instead of Java or Python, look for Golang, look for C++, look for
Hmm.
Node.js, then that is fine. We'll expand our searches. But unless we do not have a clarity from the business, we
Hmm.
shouldn't. Though we can try with
Okay.
1 2 resumes with the assumption that they might be interested in seeing these profiles also. But just in case
Hmm.
if they're not shortlisting, and again if they're coming back, no, we want Java or Python for sure. Then
Hmm.
definitely they need Java or Python, and we should stick to our own previous searches. Though the same results are coming, but yeah, every new day the new person is also coming.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
When we create
Okay.
this searches and save it, at least every day one or two new
Hmm.
person is coming who is matching the search results. So that's how it is. But
Hmm.
definitely the quality of profile and the quality of submission, if we really have to raise the bar over there, and if we really have to be insisting on being higher standards to deliver our profiles, then definitely we have to see through in this way.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Sure. Thanks. Sir.
Yeah, no worries. All right. So I'll just take
When
a pause.
will
Any
we get
further
the
doubts? Yeah.
sir?
Yeah, Shruti.
When will get the JDs?
Maybe 2 weeks.
Okay.
Okay, just wait for 2 weeks. Let the training get completed. At least I'll not wait for the whole training to get completed because it will take at least 45 days in continuation also it will do. But otherwise, immediately after 2 weeks, we'll start. Last 1 week is completed. Another 2 weeks. Once we are up to the speed, then I'll start allocating the JDs. Now also I started giving someone who has the experience and comfortable with working on such tech or non-tech roles, just in case if you also wanted to start and if you're comfortable, uh, right to start your work right immediately ping me. I'll have one-on-one discussion with you, and I'll see if we can assign you the roles.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, that's it for today. Let me know if you have further more doubts, but otherwise we'll connect tomorrow.
Shiv Bala here.
Yeah, Bala.
So when we are working with the companies, we may have to write the JDs in order to post for the job requirement. So is there any circumstances here that we may have to write the JDs?
You don't have to write the JDs. We're getting a JDs from our clients.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
They are looking at their own requirement. What is the need of their own requirement? And they're sending us the JDs. We don't really have to get involved in writing the JDs.
Okay.
Okay. Even in companies also when we are working, I don't really suggest a recruiter to write a JD. Rather, you sit with hiring manager. If hiring manager says that I have some of the requirements, you first sync up with the hiring manager, have that initial connect first, understand from the hiring manager what is that you required, what are the skills you're looking out for. Can you please share me over email the must to have skills and good to have skills. We should be asking hiring manager. So that's what most of the times recruiter does a mistake that we just go on a Naukri Monster or somewhere, copy paste the JD. Once we copy paste the JD, candidates apply and we screen as per that. Then those candidate goes for the interview. Interview interviewer look for something else. Then candidate say, I saw JD of Java, but interviewer is asking question in Python. I was not prepared. So right from the initial step itself, the process went wrong. So rather you ask your hiring manager to give me the JD. You tell me what is your requirement. Why do I write a JD as a recruiter? Rather, we should be syncing up with the hiring manager to have that initial discussion. And based on the JD, again, second I'm connecting with the hiring manager after 1 or 2 days again. I'm showing them some of the sample profiles based on the understanding, what understanding I got of the JD. Based on that, I'm showing some of the sample profiles. I'm showcasing them, presenting some sample profiles. If the hiring manager says, yes, these are the right profiles, then I know that whether I'm right on a right search or not. That's where I just go and initiate my searches furthermore and start doing a active engagement with the candidates and get the right candidates uh, to the interview. But as a recruiter, if hiring manager says, I need a software engineer, what kind of a software engineer? If I'm not clear, I'm not clear. So right from the first step itself, thing went wrong.
Okay, sure, got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Shiv, just one question. Like today, these string, whatever you have made from some JD, can you share that so that we try building up this string at least ourselves, and also then we will know what else, which is not yet, covered under the string, and we need to understand more.
You're saying you need a JD?
No, I'm saying the JD from where today you have built up very beautifully the strings, mandatory skills. Can you share that so that at least I will try to write down myself, this string to have this one, yeah. And then from here we'll understand what else, we need to understand. There are many few things more also, that is it.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just refer to this JD.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll just take a pause. Any further doubts or questions on and or not double quotes and the brackets and their
Shiv,
use
I have a
cases?
question. Just scroll above.
Okay.
Yeah, you have written like Java or Python, and there you have then search for the cloud as well, and then you have written SAS, IS, PAS, or DBS. So somebody who is from non-technical background, he or she doesn't know these things. So these things we need to learn by ourselves, or these things will be there in the training.
We are trying to cover as much as in the training, but it's always better that you're also spending time from your end and trying to dive deep and trying to do some research. So we have
Yeah,
one of a
sure.
person here. What's his name? Muhammad, I believe. So he's coming in completely from the non-technical background, completely from the civil engineering, constructions, or industrial engineering kind of a background. So I was pretty excited to see that he started diving on understanding what is front end, what is back end, what is middleware, what is full life cycle in software development life cycle, all those stuff. What is full stack, all those stuff. Though we have not reached that level, but he called me, then he started saying that I'm doing all this Google searches, just trying to understand front end, what is front end, what is back end. So that's pretty exciting actually. So definitely those are the things which will be covered in the training. But I would definitely suggest you that you also dive deep. Even the searches also, even the operators also, even the keywords also, all those things, even the sourcing in simple, if I tell you not just in the session that you are attentive, but after the session, you're going back either to the LinkedIn or either to the Google and trying to see the behavior of this operator. You try giving it in a different ways. Try taking up a variety of JDs. Try taking up the variety of roles. Just go to LinkedIn, just search for a jobs. Let's say Mango and Biryani and Java SQL. You click for a job. Pick up any of the tech, non-tech, whichever the role you want. Just see if you're let's say if this is the requirement. Here you have hundreds of JDs. Pick up those particular JDs and try to see if you're creating the right skill set or not. Let's say you want to start as a what we say as a fresher. So let's say you pick up a role Android developer for 1 to 2 years of experience candidate. Just go to LinkedIn, click on a jobs. Here, let's say Android developer. Okay, then experience level. Let's say entry level. And then India location. So here you have a JD. Just pick up that particular JD and start seeing that if you can um, identify a right profile. Otherwise, to be on a same page, what we can do for now, for as an example, you just take this JD to start with, because we also already covered on this particular JD. But just take this JD to start with and try searching to create variety of keywords which could give a right set of profiles. And then that's how we are actually building it, our own skills. So training, as you asked me whether this will be covered in the training, of course it will be covered in a training, but it's always suggestible that you're doing a DID by yourself also. Because after every
Yeah.
2 or 3 sessions, there's gonna be a test. So now let's say we have completed, first we have completed, we are pending with not, building Boolean searches with the combination completed. Understanding people also search for in Google search completed. Okay, so after not, there will be one test. Then we go for little advanced. Again, there will be a test 2. Then we go for little advanced. There will be a test 3. So by the time we complete all the module, we should have gone through at least, if not 6 to 8. I'm trying to go up to 10 so that um, you're covering all the tests. Test is nothing but kind of a mini exam, a Google form, which basically I would say that you need to fill in based on the questions. I would be giving some of the questions and and the list of optional answers. So this was from the previous batch. So this is little advanced, but still on the basics. So like this, the pattern is going to look like you'll have a question, you'll have options. You need to select the right and the wrong options. And the test will be purely based on what we covered in previous sessions. It would not be out of the syllabus questions. Typical in university we get, right? Not those one. We'll give only those questions which we already covered in the learnings, but with a different
Will it cover
examples.
making string also? Will it
Yes.
cover making string also?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
The first answer will be all of them, no?
You wait, you'll come to know.
Yeah. Shiv, just one more question to building up ourselves. like you
Hmm.
said, we have to do study ourselves. Like you gave example of civil, engineer. But like every domain has, as of today, the prominent or most required skills as of today. Or for example, these days, clouds, front end, whatever you said, big data. So my request would be, if we talk of IT domain, if you will tell us these are the 10 areas you have to build up, that will give us a trigger to study further. Similarly, if we talk of some other domain, automotive or somewhere, where requirement is there, so the skill set will be little different. So if you could guide us, these are the 10 areas in IT, 5 areas in automotive, or depending upon the,
We'll go step
different
by step.
domains.
So
That,
that's the process of
yeah,
it. We'll go step by step. It's morely for tech
understood.
oriented, where we are
Okay,
understanding
understood.
a tech hiring.
Understood.
You
Sir, give
understood
us
the
Understood.
some
tech hiring,
homework.
non-tech would be a cakewalk for you.
Okay, understood. Yeah, fine.
Sir, give us some homework also.
I'm telling you now, take this JD and come up with the searches. What are the searches you have created? That's a homework for you. One search we already covered today. Let me just give one more JD. Okay, don't go for this JD, go for junior Android developer.
Shiv, can we go for JD, please? Is that
Hmm?
okay?
Can we go for?
Can we go ahead with the PHP developer JD that you just saw a while back?
I submitted enough profiles on that. Okay, go for this one. I'll give two JDs. Okay, let's take this PHP. Yeah, you can take this. There are two JDs. Work on any of the one. It's fine. The link to the this particular doc is already there in the invite in the WhatsApp. Just use that link. Okay.
Sure, Shiv.
Sir, where is the link?
Invite I sent now. This everyday agenda I'm sending, right? So here is the link. All right, so that's a homework for you. So yeah, that's it for today. We are already little over 8 minutes. We'll drop in for now. Let's connect tomorrow. Just get ready with some of the series. Okay?
Yeah,
You are
thanks.
we
Thanks a
having
lot.
tomorrow 10 o'clock or in this time?
No, no, 10 to 12, morning only. Today, one day I've just posted, but every day it's 10 to 12.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thanks,
Yeah,
everyone.
thank
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Shiv. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Shiv.